Today we'll be talking about Zon Tools. We'll have a special guest from Zon Tools and all of the tools that are involved to help you sell better on Amazon. My name is Stephen Pope, and this is the My Amazon Guy Show. Today's podcast is sponsored by Alpha Raven House. If you want to triple your daily sales by ranking your product to page 1 at 10% of the usual costs and getting verified reviews along the way, they're your solution. Check them out at alpharavenhouse.com. All right, so I'm now joined by Tarik, who's the CTO of Zon Tools. How you doing, Tarik?
Hi there.
Well, I appreciate you taking time to talk to us today. I think that Zon Tools has some of the most advanced tools on the market. You guys really know how to program stuff.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate your interest and your kind words about Zon Tools.
So just to help our listeners who may not be familiar with Zon Tools, can you go ahead and just give us kind of an introduction of what you guys do?
Sure. We started 4 years ago in 2016 that we developed this tool with something very disruptive in the market. Like we will 100% manage Amazon sponsored products advertising. There was nothing like this on this market before. Everybody were doing either by hand or with an agency. We started with an approach that we will automate this with the software that will go ahead and take action, not just report to you what you should do or what you should not do, but go ahead and just take action and apply everything in 100% automated way. This was our goal, and we're glad that we reached throughout the time, and we are having great results from our customers.
So we're going to talk about some of the tools that you guys have and how an Amazon seller could take advantage of them. So let's dive right in. So anytime you automate stuff, it's going to allow you to make micro adjustments and optimize and try and keep up with Amazon. So it's always an interesting conversation to have. So I'm interested to hear today, how your tools work, what they're good for. So let's dive in and talk about the first one. So search term isolation. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. This is a very important strategy that most Amazon sellers neglect. And this is the core of our automation. So I would like to discuss a little bit on that so you have some idea of how it works and why is this that important for the sellers. Search term isolation is an advanced strategy that allows you to bid exclusively on keywords that drive the sales. Before we go deeper into this strategy, let's define some terms. Like a keyword is a word or phrase you choose to run an ad for. A search term is a word or phrase Amazon customers use. So when you bid on a keyword, either auto, broad, or phrase, Amazon attaches the related search terms to it so that your ads can target a wider audience and gain higher visibility than you would achieve in exchange for the exact match. So your keyword becomes a bucket that can fetch impressions and clicks from several related keywords. It's a really helpful algorithm on Amazon side that again for visibility purposes, but it's also can be costly for advertisers. So here's what happens when you bid $3 on one keyword, like for example, gloves as a keyword. You're also bidding for related search terms like rubber gloves, elbow length gloves, or gardening gloves. So your sponsored product ad, in effect, targets buyers searching for all the keywords or phrases in that bucket. It also means that you are bidding $3 on gloves, rubber gloves, elbow length gloves, and garden gloves. So complications arise when the related search terms have vastly different conversion rates and average cost per click for for these keywords might differ. To quick review, Amazon shows the average cost per click for every keyword so that advertisers know how much they need to bid to stay competitive. Bidding $1 on a keyword with an average cost per click of 10 cents, for example, means you're extremely competitive because you want your product to dominate search results. Let's use the following data points as an example. For example, rubber gloves, average CPC is 290 with a 50% conversion rate. And this search term is high converting and low ACoS keyword. Elbow length grows, on the other hand, average CPC is 50 cents with a 10% conversion rate. This search term is a low converting, high ACoS keyword. So one rule of thumb in PPC advertising is to raise your bids on high performing keywords and reduce bids on low performing keywords. Unfortunately, these are related search terms inside one bucket, so you can't bid higher or lower on specific search terms, even if you wanted to. For example, their bids will stay at $3 each in our example. Now, if you suppose that you let the campaign run along the to gather data, eventually you will notice that the ACoS is spiking. It's because of the low converting search terms like elbow length gloves in our example. With this competitive default bid, it's getting lots of clicks, which increases the advertising cost, even though the conversion rate stays low. Sales are staying low. So, following the equation for ACoS, high ad cost divided by low sales equals high ACoS. So, a common practice in Amazon PPC is to reduce bids when the ACoS is high to make a campaign profitable. So, ideally, you must lower the bid for the elbow length gloves. But to do this, you will have to reduce your bid on the entire bucket of keyword, as I mentioned, where the search term falls under. So let's say you decide to follow you decide to follow the conversion rate and reduce your bid on the keyword glows from $3 to $1 as a bid. This is now leads you to one important lesson that decreasing bids will not always lower your ACoS. It can sometimes even um, cause your ACoS to rise. It may cause it to rise. So in this
That's
example,
really interesting
reduce.
to think about. If you, I think it's worth repeating. If you lower your bids, it may not lower ACoS, and I know you're going to explain why that is. That's interesting.
Yes, in our example, we will see that decreasing the bid will not always lower your ACoS. It can sometimes cause it to rise. So for in this example, reducing the keyboard bid to $1 puts your bid lower than the average CPC for the high converting keyword, which was rubber gloves. Unfortunately, it's still way higher than the average CPC of the low converting keyword, elbow length gloves. uh, Here are the possible consequences of this scenario: that you miss out on the potential sales from your high converting keyword, which lower sales, but high converting keyword. The bid for your low converting keyword is still competitive, so it's still eating up a good chunk of your campaign budget and higher ad cost. With the low sales and high ad cost, your ACoS may go higher. So how do you get out of this situation? By isolating the search terms, as we mentioned, that drives the conversions and sales. That's what the Zon Tools does with all of those negatives in the right place and having the keywords grouped in the proper campaigns. Keyword miner we call, which is our automation engine that takes your converting search terms and put into our system in exact phrase and formats. I will mention in a few minutes. And the keyword miner mines the customer search terms from auto, phrase, and broad campaigns on these conditions that search term reached minimum action clicks, search term ACoS is below the target maximum ACoS, and search term orders is equal to or lower or above the our relevancy trigger. We have a relevancy trigger threshold setting that you want to wait how many sales for a search term should generate than before you add as a keyword. Because, for example, you have a search term that generated a sale on a customer search term, but it might be irrelevant. But so it means that if you put it two, for example, if it's not generating a second sale, we will not mine it as a new keyword. We will let it go. This is how many sales you want. Will definitely increase the relevancy of the keyword, but on the other hand, you might be missing some keywords, number of keywords that you're adding to your system. So when keyword miner mines a search term, the terms will be added as a keyword with their corresponding match types to the campaigns, like exact campaign as exact keywords, phrase campaign as phrase keywords, and broad campaign as broad keywords. Additionally, we also, with the keyword miner, add the search term as negative keywords to the campaigns. Like in phrase campaigns, we add as negative exact keywords. In broad campaigns, we add as negative phrase campaign, negative phrase keywords. So it's an advanced strategy that allows you to bid exclusively on keywords that drive the sales and conversion. Zon Tools does this strategy with all those negatives in the right place, and with each keyword present only in the exact campaign. So Zon Tools negates out of broad and phrase and bid only on exact campaign, so you can control their bids and optimize your budget accordingly. While the phrase and broad campaigns will always be fishing for new keywords that you could that you can find profitable keywords and put inside these exact phrase and broad and layered campaign structure. We call it PGN, which is Product Group Name Network. This is a um, now it's five campaigns, like exact, phrase, broad, auto, and product targeting campaigns that make up a PGN, and we do all of the either be it's a target like an ASIN or a keyword. If it's converting at the acceptable threshold that you set in the system, we always mine it and add as a new keyword and negate in the other corresponding mentioned campaigns. So you always bid exclusively on exact campaigns, and the surrounding keywords are still fished and mined with our phrase, broad, and auto campaigns that will be put into system to track in exact campaign.
So let's talk a little bit about keyword discovery. Um, a lot of what you talked about is super technical. You guys obviously know how to build a tool and program all these algorithms and whatnot to make it happen. For somebody who probably didn't understand a lot of what you just spoke about, and they wanted to use your tool, is it something that they can just sign up and immediately it starts building campaigns? Does it do keyword discovery, or is there some manual effort still needed? Help me understand a little bit there.
When you first sign up, you probably have existing campaigns, and our tool automates your existing campaigns very well. So we always advise you to start with automating your existing campaigns while you go through our tutorials to learn how it works and go with our support. We have free calls and unlimited support that will guide you along the way. And when you automate your existing campaigns with Zone Tools, over time you need to be building the PGNs that we mentioned are
And what does
custom controlled
PGN
campaigns.
stand for again?
It's a product group network.
Got
It's
it.
five campaigns. You know the keywords make ad groups, and ad groups makes campaigns. We have five campaign group called our proprietary, our own PGN.
Got
We
it. So
control
it's
with
kind
our
of like your
software.
portfolio of campaigns. I get you.
Yes, correct.
And so the tool to automate the optimization, I think, makes perfect sense, especially on the current campaigns. So does it allow for Amazon suggests certain keywords? Does it take into account Amazon suggestions?
Yes, for example, for the product attribute targeting, which is a campaign, we have different ad group strategy inside it, which is we have a defense campaign that we put all of your product catalog ASINs inside, and we bid on them to protect your brand, to protect your products. And we have category campaign that we are requesting the categories, related categories for your target ASINs from Amazon API, and we build exclusively on them, which helps you to bid exclusively for example, for competitors like who are having higher price range than you, or having higher reviews than you, lower price than you, lower reviews than you, higher price, lower reviews, lower price, higher reviews.
Got
Like
it.
these combinations of every situation is automatically handled and structured in our system. And we also request the top brands for these categories from Amazon API, and we also structure it same way, like I mentioned. And your targeted ASINs are collected in another ASIN ad group inside the product attribute targeting campaign. So we have defense, category, brand, and ASIN campaigns. Sorry, ASIN these are ad groups inside the product attribute targeting campaign that we manage in again in autopilot, as with the best way we can, segmenting every possible situation with the API that we can handle to get you the better results.
So, my brain needs a little bit of recovery after a lot of that technical speak. So I want to look at your website here. You guys have a ton of trademark names, and I think it's clever. So you got Automate 3.0, Keyword Miner, Terminator, Acinator, which is kind of reminds me of one of those cartoons where they got all those innators. I'm trying to remember what Phineas and Ferb. I don't know if you've seen that or not. You got Keyword Guardian, Keyword Recycler, Bid Nailer. So, question for you: who does the product naming at your company?
We do it ourselves, really.
Yeah. So, is the guy coming up with these names? Is he the guy with the sense of humor, or I love it.
Um,
I'm complimenting you here. So,
I mean, yeah. With my co-founder, for example, we developed an algorithm that raises the bids gradually with the given thresholds. For example, you put up a keyboard and you're not getting any impressions at all. One of our algorithms continuously increases the bids according to thresholds until it gets a click, and then our system takes over. If you get a sale, or if you don't get a sale and you spend enough, we put the bid to minimum bid, or previously we were pausing. So this one is that we thought what we should call it, something that's continuously increasing the bid in order to get the first impressions and to get it started to run on Amazon ad system. And it's like we thought it like it's like gambling, you don't know what it will be profitable or not, but you're trying your chance. So we called it a bid gambler, for example, for this one.
nice.
And also same for Terminator. Like if a keyword, if a search term is not performing well in broad and phrase and auto campaigns, we put it as a negative inside those phrase, broad, and auto campaigns. So it's not bleeding. So it's terminating it. So we wanted to call it a Terminator like this. So, and
So
also the keyword miner is mining new keywords like a miner. It's
I think they're cleverly named.
regularly.
I think you guys did a good job with the branding there, and the fact that you filed a trademark on each one of these is, I think, a testament to how serious you guys are about these terms and these products, which is great. So at my
Thank
Amazon
you.
guy, we actually filed trademarks at our company too. So anybody who's listening from the Zon Tool side, if you guys need help filing trademarks, you can go over to myamazonguy.com. We can help with that too. So let's talk philosophically here for a moment. So, whenever you guys go to create a tool, it's usually because you guys find a problem and you're trying to offer a solution, right? So, walk me through kind of how you guys troubleshoot that. Like, how do you come up with a new tool and say, "Hey, I want to solve this"?
Mhm. Okay, I mean, this all started with virtual assistants. People were having virtual assistants to solve their problem of managing their Amazon advertising and with their own strategy. If you don't want to give it to an agency or you don't want to do it everything on your own, you define a strategy and you teach it to a virtual assistant and let the guy do the management for you according to what you define as a strategy. For example, I mean, this is what we mentioned here can also be done manually, but it's an incredible effort with tens of thousands of even the millions of keywords in a couple of our customers. It's almost impossible to do that with thousands of SKUs or keywords for something like this to implement in manually. Like you will see if it's converting, it's a good thing, and you put it in the 3 campaigns. You adjust a bit according to your target ACoS. Uh, First, it's very hard, very labor intensive task. The second, it's very open to mistake. You cannot track your virtual assistant if he or she is doing the work the right way until you lose a lot of money probably and figure out why you're losing money. So is this the strategy thing that has the problem, or the VA is not applying properly, or something else in market? You don't know. What with the software, you first you do huge amount of tasks 4 times a day. That's how we are doing, running on automations 4 times a day. And not only it's 4 times a day, it's doing lots of jobs, and also it's 100% precisely accurate thing to do. So these are very these are huge amount of um, power you have in against your own competitors in your Amazon niche, who's not using Zon Tools, for example. It's a huge competition advantage for you to drive and to use and to manage your Amazon advertising in the maximum way possible.
So last area to talk about today, Amazon can sometimes feel like a black box, and you're always trying to figure out how does that algorithm work. Well, quite frankly, if you ask people at Amazon, they don't even know sometimes, right? So, because you guys are such technical experts, I'm just curious, what's your take on that? How do you feel about the Amazon algorithm?
I mean, we are very transparent in what we do. You can go to our website, see our tutorials, and we really explain it all the aspects of how our algorithms are working and how we calculate our bids, and what we are doing is completely transparent, and you can figure out how it works and why it works. On the other hand, either be it's Amazon or our competitors, they're coming up with a strategy like, okay, give it to us and we will do the best for you. So what you're doing is a secret. They say that they are using machine learning or artificial intelligence, some of the shiny words that they are using to but when in real you don't know what they are doing. On the other hand, some people are using some approach like um, I mean, they're considering general trends, or they're trying to guess or guess the future and apply some strategies from today. They're trying to do that, but it's extremely dangerous that you're for a company like us dealing with tens of millions of dollars every month of ad spend. We cannot base our strategies on a guess or thinking how a product may affect in a general niche it's performing good or bad. So we should always be reliable, and so we always rely on the existing statistics we have, like your impression, clicks, ACoS, click-through rate, conversion rate, like this. And we always do, and we will do only based on our algorithmic approach that's driving the results from the past.
Well, totally makes sense, and it can be very complex to navigate selling on Amazon. It can be even more complex trying to code and work with Amazon. So props to you guys over at Zon Tools for figuring out what you have to help Amazon sellers. And as I understand it, you might have a special offer for my listeners today.
Oh yeah, I mean, we would like to offer you some. The first month is free for everyone. It's $1 trial only, so you can go ahead and sign up on our website for a $1 trial, and you can test Zon Tools for 30 days. And on top of it, I would like to offer you a 15% discount, and which you can use as a lifetime customer until you cancel your subscription. You can use if you can benefit 15% discount on any spend tier or any plan you have. You can check our website for the three plans we have, and Dominator plan is the most popular one because it has all the PGNs, mining, terminating, and everything is automated there. It works on a Dominator plan as well with any kind of tier that we do advertise on our website. You will have 15% discount.
And to get access to that discount, what's the promo code?
My Amazon guy, your domain, my Amazon guy, in in small letters, so
Perfect. All right.
without any
So
space.
for those that are listening, all you got to do is go to Zon.Tools and type in my Amazon guy in the promo code when you sign up to get 15% off. Well, Tarik, it was a pleasure talking with you today. I think you guys are very sophisticated, highly technical, and you're obviously helping sellers do better. So thanks for joining me today.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to discuss about Zone Tools.
Well, perfect. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening as well. My name is Stephen Pope. I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy. If you were listening in from the Zon Tools Network and My Amazon Guy is new to you, we are a full-service Amazon agency. We do everything from listing creation, SEO work, A-plus content, in-house design, listing reinstatements, merchandising, strategy, coaching, consulting, and more. So check us out over at myamazonguy.com. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button for the My Amazon Guy podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, Google, and everywhere else. Thank you for watching.